So a couple of weeks ago we did a test to see if we get any benefit from driving at 60 miles an hour instead of 70 miles an hour, and the answer was a pretty resounding yes. You do get better performance by driving at the slower speed. Simple physics. Obviously the wind resistance is lower, the motor's having to do less work, you're just going to get more out of it at the lower speeds. One thing I've been asked a lot and been quite curious about myself is whether ProPilot makes a difference to this. Okay, so this time we're going to see what difference ProPilot makes by turning ProPilot off. So we're going to drive down, do the same route again, but this time we're going to drive at 70 without ProPilot, and we'll see if that has any impact on things. Right, so we'll get going, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, so doing 70 without ProPilot has got us down to 35%, 51 miles on the GOM, and we travelled 17 miles. Okay, so now we're going to test 60 miles an hour without ProPilot, and we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to reset the stats one last time. Okay, so I'm going to reset the stats, and off we go. Okay, so after doing 60 without ProPilot, we are down to 21%, and again we travelled 17 miles, we've got 34 left on the GOM. Here's a quick look at the drive computer so you can see the stats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack this in a spreadsheet and we'll figure out what the best situation was. We drove for, at 70 miles an hour with ProPilot turned off. We started with 52% in the battery, and we ended with 35% in the battery, which meant that we did 17 miles with 17% of the battery, which is exactly the same as with ProPilot on. Now, we also did it again with the same test with ProPilot off, but this time at 60 miles an hour. Started with 35% in the battery, and we ended with 21% in the battery. So we used 14% of the battery. Now, obviously, there may be rounding errors in that. It's that close to potentially be the same value either way. So I'm not entirely sure that we have had any difference there. I think, honestly, the difference between driving with ProPilot on or off could well be negligible. Obviously, a lot of it depends on how steady your foot is. Depends on how many people are pulling out in front of you, how harshly ProPilot reacts to that. I mean, ProPilot didn't really have to deal with a lot on that short journey. Yeah, no one really pulled out. It didn't have to brake harshly, didn't have to accelerate harshly. It was a pretty smooth journey. So I don't think there's a huge impact from using ProPilot. Sure, certain situations, there's times when you could drive better, and other situations and there's times when potentially it could drive better. I think overall it probably rounds itself out. So I don't think it's going to affect me using ProPilot. I'm going to continue to use it for most of my A-road and motorway journeys, just because it's nice to have it there. So in summary, I guess it doesn't really make a difference whether you want ProPilot on or off. Just drive with whatever you're happiest with, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you did like it, please remember to hit that like button. If you didn't, there's another button around somewhere. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you want to get notifications when I post new videos. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.